Mr. DIY and his solar panel adventure. Mastering the art of installation ****, Mr. DIY was no ordinary man. With an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and a passion for hands-on projects, he had tackled everything from building his own shed to wiring his home's electrical system. However, his latest endeavor promised to be his most ambitious yet, installing solar panels to power his home. *******. The problem: rising energy costs and environmental concerns. *****. For years, Mr. Di had noticed a disturbing trend. Each month, his electricity bills crept higher and higher, eating away at his hard-earned savings. Beyond the financial strain, Mr. Di was increasingly troubled by the environmental impact of relying on non-renewable energy sources. The news was full of stories about climate change, and Mr. DIY, a lover of nature, wanted to do his part to protect the environment. One evening, as he sat in his cozy living room, warmed by the glow of a few energy-efficient LED bulbs, Mr. DIY had an epiphany. Why not harness the power of the sun? Solar energy was abundant, clean, and increasingly affordable. With his skills and determination, Mr. Di was confident he could master solar panel installation on his own. The idea was both exhilarating and daunting. But if there was anyone who could do it, it was Mr. DIY. The spark of an idea. Why solar panels? The decision to go solar was more than just a way to cut down on his electricity bills. It was a commitment to a sustainable lifestyle. Mr. DIY spent countless hours researching the benefits of solar energy. He learned that solar panels could drastically reduce his carbon footprint while providing a reliable source of power. Moreover, any excess energy generated could be sold back to the grid, potentially turning his home into a small-scale power station. Armed with this knowledge, Mr. DIY knew that the time had come to make the leap. But where to begin? Installing solar panels wasn't as simple as assembling furniture or fixing a leaky faucet. It required careful planning, precise execution, and a deep understanding of electrical systems. Undeterred, Mr. DIY set out to master every aspect of the process, from selecting the right equipment to ensuring a flawless installation. Step 1. Sourcing high-quality solar panels. Mr. DIY's first task was to find the best solar panels for his needs. He knew that not all panels were created equal. The efficiency, durability, and warranty of the panels were crucial factors to consider. After days of research, he decided to purchase his panels from a trusted local supplier who offered a range of high-quality options. The supplier also provided detailed specifications and advice on choosing the right panels for his home's energy needs and roof structure. Satisfied with his choice, Mr. DIY placed the order and began preparing for the next phase of his project. Step 2. Choosing the perfect location. With the panels on their way, Mr. DIY turned his attention to the installation site. The location of the solar panels was critical to maximizing energy production. He spent several afternoons analyzing the sunlight patterns around his property. His roof was the obvious choice, but he needed to ensure that it received adequate sunlight throughout the day. Using a solar pathfinder tool, Mr. DIY determined that the south-facing section of his roof was ideal, offering the most consistent exposure to sunlight. He also checked for potential shading issues, such as trees or nearby buildings, and found that his roof was almost entirely free from obstructions. Confident in his choice, he marked the installation points and moved on to the next step. Step 3. Understanding solar panel mounts. Before he could install the panels, Mr. DIY needed to understand the different types of mounts available. He discovered that there were several options, including roof mounts, ground mounts, and tracking mounts. Given his space and the layout of his roof mounts were the best choice. They were designed to secure the panels firmly to the roof, ensuring stability and durability even in harsh weather conditions. Mr. DIY carefully reviewed the manufacturer's guidelines for mounting the panels. He learned that proper alignment and spacing were essential to maximizing the panel's efficiency. Armed with this knowledge, he ordered the necessary mounts and prepared for the installation. Step 4. Preparing for installation. The day had finally arrived. With the panels and mounts delivered, Mr. DIY was ready to begin the installation process. However, he knew that preparation was key to a successful outcome. He started by conducting a thorough site assessment, double-checking the structural integrity of his roof. After ensuring everything was in order, he obtained the necessary permits from his local government, a step he had learned was crucial to avoiding any legal complications. Mr. diyOhMG also made sure to clear the installation area of any obstacles. This included trimming a few branches from nearby trees and temporarily relocating his satellite dish. With everything set, he gathered his tools and equipment, ready to bring his solar project to life. Step 5 Mount Installation The first step in the actual installation was securing the mounts to his roof. Mr. diyOhMG carefully measured and marked the spots where the mounts would be attached, ensuring they were evenly spaced and properly aligned. He drilled into the roof, taking care to seal the holes to prevent any leaks. Once the mounts were in place, Mr. Di double-checked their stability. He knew that the success of the entire project depended on a solid foundation. Satisfied with his work, he prepared to install the solar panels. Step 6 Installing the solar panels Attaching the solar panels to the mounts was a delicate task. Mr. Di followed the manufacturer's guidelines to the letter, ensuring each panel was securely fastened and properly aligned. He took his time, knowing that even a slight misalignment could reduce the panel's efficiency. As he worked, Mr. diyOhMG couldn't help but marvel at the technology he was installing. These sleek, dark panels would soon be converting sunlight into electricity, powering his home and reducing his reliance on the grid. It was a thrilling thought, and it spurred him on as he carefully installed each panel. Step 7 Electrical wiring and inverter connection With the panels in place, Mr. diyOhMG moved on to the electrical work. He knew this was one of the most critical and potentially dangerous parts of the installation, so he approached it with caution. Using high-quality wiring, he connected the solar panels to each other in a series, ensuring a secure and weather-resistant installation. Next, he linked the system to the solar inverter. The inverter was the heart of the system, responsible for converting the DC electricity generated by the panels into AC electricity that could be used in his home. Mr. Di followed the wiring diagram carefully, double-checking each connection before moving on. For those who opted for hybrid energy storage, the next step would be connecting the solar inverter to a battery. Although Mr. diyOhMG wasn't installing a battery at this stage, he made sure to leave room for one in the future. Step 8 Connecting to the grid As Mr. diyOhMG was setting up a grid-tied system, the final step was connecting the solar inverter to the grid. This would allow any excess energy generated by his system to be fed back into the grid, earning him credits on his electricity bill. He carefully followed the guidelines provided by his utility company, ensuring that all connections were secure and compliant with local regulations. Step 9 Activation and enjoyment With everything in place, it was time to activate the system. Mr. Di flipped the switch on the solar inverter, holding his breath as the system came to life. The display on the inverter lit up, showing that the panels were generating electricity. A wave of satisfaction washed over Mr. diyOhMG as he watched the numbers on the display climb, a tangible representation of his hard work and dedication. Over the next few days, Mr. Di closely monitored the system, checking for any issues and making minor adjustments as needed. To his delight, the system performed flawlessly, producing more than enough energy to power his home. His electricity bill, once a source of stress, had been drastically reduced, and he even earned credits for the excess energy he fed back into the grid. The joy of a job well done As the weeks went by, Mr. diyOhMG couldn't have been happier with his decision to go solar. Not only had he significantly reduced his energy costs, but he also took pride in knowing that he was contributing to a cleaner, more sustainable future. Every time he glanced at the solar panels on his roof, he felt a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. Mr. diyOhMG's journey had not been without its challenges, but each obstacle had only strengthened his resolve. He had taken on a complex, demanding project and mastered it through careful planning, hard work, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. And in the end, he had achieved exactly what he set out to do: harness the power of the sun to power his home, reduce his environmental impact, and enjoy the fruits of his labor. Conclusion, right. Solar-powered future Mr. diyOh's successful solar panel installation was more than just another project. It was a testament to what can be achieved with determination, skill, and a little bit of sunlight. As he sat back in his now energy-efficient home, Mr. diyOh knew that this was just the beginning. With his newfound knowledge and experience, he was already dreaming up his next solar project, confident that the future was bright, powered by the sun.